Hi everyone, Sonia back here. This is my end of April colouring video. So all of the pictures I have coloured and all my whips that I am doing. And let's get straight into it because I know we all enjoy seeing what everyone's coloured throughout the entire month. So I went ahead and I bought Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, which I know it's a very popular book, so I thought I'd start with this one. I just made myself a little plastic cover for it because it was getting a bit dirty. So that's what that's all about. But let's get to it. So the first page I worked in was This Belongs To page. And this was just done with watercolour and basically just some coloured pencils and some Posca pen to make the sort of swirls at the top. And I used the watercolour technique with the cling wrap paper where you scrunch it up and put it on the watercolour while it's still wet. And that's how I sort of got the kind of nice marbly galaxy sort of look to it. So there you go. Try to get it up a bit closer to you. I'm sorry about the background noise at the moment. We are running a dog groomers here, so you might be able to hear one of the dogs actually get their hair dried in the background. Okay, so the next 2 pages I worked on was these 2 here. I completed this one first, which I really enjoyed. This is just using my coloured pencils, and I used for the border some Crayola marker. And I went over the Crayola marker a couple of times to get rid of the streaks, and it worked quite well. And what I do is I use the little technique of spraying the page beforehand with a spray. I think it's called matte workable spray, something like that. It's been going around on YouTube how to use Crayola markers, super tips without getting the streaks, and I just looked up that YouTube video, and yeah, they said to use this spray, and I did. And if you actually go over with your markers a couple of times, it sort of works a lot better and you have less streaks. It's not 100%, but it does the trick. And it's the only way to put markers in these books because they are double-sided, so I can't use my alcohol markers, but it worked pretty good. And I really love all the strawberries and the cake, and I really enjoyed that page. And then I started this page next to it because I wanted the colours to match. So I started the little girl in the middle just to get those colours down, but that's a whip that I've got going. The next page I've got a whip, and all I've done so far is I've put some acrylic gold paint on the outside edges of the butterfly and some gold glitter around there as well. So I've got to come back in and now colour that all in. I also worked on this double spread here, again just using my watercolours, and I also used acrylic paint and a dabber to use to do the little white spots that you see over the page. And again, with the watercolour paint, I just dabbed it on with my brush, all in a dabbing motion to give the effect that it's got. And I kind of, yeah, I really like how these 2 backgrounds turned out. So now whenever I feel like it, I can just go in and colour the all the flowers. The next page I've been working on is this double spread with the beautiful sweet peas, and I've been using Derwent Inktense for the background, and then my Crayola Super Tips for the sweet peas. And I've just been leaving the areas where I want the highlights, I've just been leaving them white. So that's not Posca pen or white gel pen or anything like that. I've just left those white areas alone. And I think that was the best technique. I did try some white Uniball pen to do the highlights down here in this sweet pea, but as you can see, it didn't really work over the super tip markers. So I found that the other technique was way better to use to do your highlights, was just to leave the white areas alone. And then I did my cute little bumblebee with his little saddle on. And he's just with coloured pencil and some gold glitter there. So these are still work in progress. So some more work to do there. So even though I've only worked in a few books this month, I've actually got quite a lot done in some of these books. Okay, so this is a whip that I'm working on. So I started with the little mouse down in the corner. That is all Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils, which are really nice and a really cheap, alternative to Prismacolors. And then I did the little girl over the other side. And now I'm going in, I don't know if you can see up here, but this is all Derwent Inktense. I've just quickly gone through with the pencils, and then when I'm ready, I'm just going to come through with my wet water paintbrush and colour all the rest in. What else have I done? I forgot to put markers in here. Right, okay, so I just finished this double spread today. Really like how it turned out. So in the middle here I used watercolours, and then all the rest is just coloured pencil. And I use a mix of coloured pencils. On my pages I use a mix of Polychromos, Prismacolor, Faber-Castell Black Edition, and of course Derwent Inktense, and they're the 4 coloured pencils that I use, and I interchange them however I like. Most pages have a mix of both of them in there. So that's my double spread, which I'm quite proud of. And another double spread I did was this one here, which I really love how it turned out. They took me absolutely ages to complete. They have everything thrown at them. They've got coloured pencil on them. They've got twinkling H2Os on them. They've got normal metallic watercolour paint. They've got gel pen. They've got markers. The super tip markers is all the black is done in a black super tip marker, and all the scroll work is as well. And did I say colour pencil? And colour pencil as well. There's also a little bit of glitter in there in the lanterns and on the leaves as well. And it's very glittery and shiny and looks really good. And then I did this page over here using the same things. And I had these little butterfly, I don't know what you'd call them, these little cutout butterflies. I've got a whole packet of them that I've had for years, and I finally get to use them in this book, so I just stuck 2 in there, and they look really good. So that's all I've done in that one. So I've really got stuck into it because I really love this book. It really is beautiful. The next one I've got is Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. I've just done a couple in this one. So I did this one here, which I really love how it turned out. This is all, let me see, it's Derwent Inktense. Yeah, I think it's all Derwent Inktense and a little bit of coloured pencil as well in there. and I've used a bit of I think white acrylic paint on the wings of the dragonflies. And then I don't have it with me right now, it's in my other cupboard, but I have this really glossy clear, I don't know what you'd call it, but you can put it on and can you see how the page is all shiny? I don't know if you can get the reflection there, but I could look it up for you if anyone wants to know what it is that I used. I'll have to go look in my cupboard, and I'll just leave me a comment down below, and I'll get back to you on what it's called. It's not really for use with this. I think it's for when you paint tiles or glassware, but it's a really clear, shiny gloss, and it just really looks excellent. I really love the way it looks. I only put it on the water and the dragonflies, so yeah, but I really love how that page turned out. And then I also did this one here. This one was a fairy. If anyone's got this book, they would know this is supposed to be a fairy. This was actually a fairy wing coming out here. Now I'm really naughty because I was supposed to write down the name before I started this video of the lady I was inspired by, but it was someone on Instagram, and I saw her do this bat wing on the picture that she did, and I thought, what an excellent idea. I loved it, so I did the same thing. Hers is different. Hers is all in greens, I think, if I remember correctly. I decided to do mine more of a vampire type theme with sort of blood running down and black flowers, and like she's got the dark greyish skin, but I really like how she turned out. Yeah, very cool. And I did this bat wing, I think I used acrylic paint, and then I went back over it with some white pencil. Had a bit of trouble with it actually, but in the end it's turned out fine, and I really like how that page turned out. I don't think I've done any more of that. Oh yes, I think I did these 2 pages in April. I don't think I've shown these. Yeah, I think they were in April. Yeah, I think they were. So I did the backgrounds. This is all in gel pen here, this one. And this one is, what did I use? I used colour pencil for this beetle. And then again, I went over with that clear gloss that I have. So he's really quite, I don't know if the camera picks it up, that shine on that beetle. I love it. So I did those 2 as well. Then, because I've been enjoying Daydreams so much, and it was the only Hannah Carlson book I have, I decided to get a couple of more. So I got Midnight Masquerade, and I also got, I found another one. It was secondhand, but the lady hadn't used it because there's about 3 or 4 pages that has shadowing on them, but it doesn't bother me because I'm going to colour over that anyway because it's kind of in the backgrounds. I'm trying to think what one it was. Yeah, I've lost it now, but there's another one. I haven't done any pages in it yet, but I did start working in this one. So I did the title page, and that's just some pencil and some glitter glue there. So a little bit sparkly. And then I worked on these 2 pages. So this one here is completed. Again, it's a watercolor technique that I did. I just sort of plopped the watercolor down and let it run, and then I put salt all over it to get that nice effect. And then the picture is actually all coloured in with coloured pencils. So again, I think it was mainly my Faber-Castell Black Edition and then some polychromos and Prismacolors, my usuals. And then I did the same background technique for this one, but in black, and she's just a whip that I'm doing at the moment. I don't know if anyone's seen the TV show. It's an English TV show. I think it was called Harlots. And it's set back in this sort of time. And it's funny because the girl in this picture looks exactly like one of the main characters in that show. I just look at her face and I think that is her. So whether Hannah Carlson sort of saw that show and that's the girl, I don't know, but she looks very much like her. What else? Oh, and I also did a buddy colour, which is this one here. And again, I'm very naughty, but if you go to my Instagram page, you can see who I did a buddy colour with on Sonia_Batten on Instagram, and we did this buddy colour together. I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry if you are watching. I don't think she watches my YouTube channel though. But we teamed up. She picked this picture. I said I was getting the book. She waited for me to get the book. So this was my very first picture. And again, it's just all in coloured pencils. So just the usuals that I use. So I really enjoyed her. I love her eyeshadow colour too. That's pretty cool. And then I started the little girl in the page opposite because, yeah, again, I want the same sort of colours to go together. So that's what I've done in that one. I did one more page in my Harry Potter Magical Artifacts, which you probably all know I'm trying to finish this year. I don't think I'm going to make it at this stage. I've just got too many books to work in, but I did manage to finish the Rita Skeeter page, which I really love. And again, that's all in coloured pencils. And the little cross sections, the little borders are in, I think I use gold gel pen. So yeah, and these little motifs have like got gold acrylic paint, but all the rest is coloured pencil. And I think it looks epic. I decided to do it all in greens, and I really love how it turned out. And then I have got a whip on this page here with Albus Dumbledore, The Life and Lies of Albus Dumbledore. Yeah, so I really do love working in this book. It makes me happy. So I did this really early on in the month. This was on the 3rd of the 4th. But yeah, I've got to get back. I try to do at least one page in this a month. And I worked in Game of Thrones, and this was for, there's a lady on YouTube, I think it's called Olga. Her name's Olga Rani. That's O-L-G-A, and then it's Rani, R-A-N-I, and that's her YouTube channel, or it might be Olga's Colouring or something similar to that. I'm so terrible. I don't write these things down. But she does a monthly theme that you can pick out of all your books, and this month it was Knights or Dragons. And so I decided to do it in Game of Thrones because there was this knight here, which is Sir Loras. And this was on the 6th of April. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. This again was with watercolour paints, and with all my coloured pencils, and I think there's some gel pen in there as well. But this is going to be on her YouTube channel at the end of the month. She shows all the people who contributed to her monthly challenge of finding a knight or a dragon. So hopefully she sees, I sent her mine, so hopefully she gets it and you'll see it again on her channel. She's also running this week, a weekly challenge, sorry. So if you like challenges, go to her channel. Her name's Olga Rani, I believe. And she, this week, she's just started up again, and this week the challenge is horses. So you have to find a page with a horse in it, which I have done. So I'll be doing that this week as well. And the last one I coloured in is Romantic Country, and I just kind of finished off some 2 pages that were kind of bugging me. So the first one was this one. My daughter coloured in the Scarecrow a while ago, but I just went in and I did the background of this one and, you know, did the moon and stuff. So now I feel that it's finished. I also went in over a few things that she hadn't coloured properly. So now I feel much better that that one is completed. And then I should be taking these out, shouldn't I? And then the other one again is one that my daughter coloured, but again, it wasn't, you know, very well done. I hate saying it, but she enjoys colouring like once a year, and then she just, you know, she's not that great at it, but I let her go to it. But I had to finish this page off. She hadn't completed it, and I went in and did the background all in metallic watercolour, and I don't think she had coloured any of this lawn in, and this was all very lightly done, so I had to go back in and complete her picture. But she doesn't mind, you know, she's really not that interested in colouring. Like I said, it's once in a blue moon she decides, oh, I might colour something. So yeah, just finished that one off too. Okay, so that's all that I did this month, but actually it's not. I tell a big fib. I have been working, as I promised, in Creative Haven Home Sweet Home, which I said that I would complete in the month of April, and I'm working really hard on it. I have done a lot of pictures. It still remains to be seen whether or not I can actually finish it by the end of April. I've still got a couple more days to go, and then I'll make a video so you can see all of the pages I've done in Home Sweet Home. And I also have got Joanna Basford's Worlds of Wonder, and I'll make a video of all the pages I've coloured in that one as well. So I guess I have done a lot of colouring actually. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. What was your favourite page I did this month? And I'll catch you around. Bye, everyone.